Good morning. Get fit and talk shit morning with the crew. Another Sunday. Happens to be Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas Eve to everybody.
No days off.
No days off. Well said, Ben. That's been the theme I've been seeing through a lot of people in the community, which makes me happy. I mean, makes me crazy. I don't know. One of those things. How's everybody doing this morning?
Good. Merry Christmas to all. Happy holidays, whatever you have to say to be correct, politically correct. Happy New Year. Like I said, no days off. It's Christmas. We're still here. Our health and fitness never takes a vacation, never takes a holiday. So that's what we're doing. That's what's up.
We got some crew members who are showing up even after a week of not feeling great. How you doing, Gusto?
I've been very sick. I'm still a little sick. I'll say this to his point. Merry Christmas. There's nothing to be politically correct about. I believe in Christmas, and I would like to be merry about it. That isn't no slight to anybody else's religion. I hope you guys all celebrate yours in health, and I would celebrate that with you. But Merry Christmas. And that was always a pet peeve of mine. Everybody always defaults to happy holidays. No, man, it's Christmas. Merry Christmas. And all those other holidays, happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, New Year's. Maybe I don't celebrate New Year's. But whatever it is, right? Merry Christmas. That's my point. I don't want to go on a whole rant. I've been sick. I've been sleeping for like 3 days. I'm still kind of sick, so I want to see how this workout does. So that was kind of the point. Like, how do we recover from, like, I haven't not worked out for this long for a long time. So I don't know how to feel. I don't know if I feel rested. I know I lost a lot of weight. I know I don't feel strong, but I don't feel weak either. I feel a little recovered. I don't know how to feel. So I guess this will be a good test to see how we get back into it. And I know the first thing I should do is kind of be wise about it and know that I'm not going to be able to do what I was able to do last week, because I'm not primed for it in the same way. So I want to be responsible and how I come back so I can get back to how I was, because I was feeling great up until I was not. And I guess that's how life works, right? It's a roller coaster with that wave and up and down. So I want to treat it like I'm recovering from an injury, but I'm not. But I think it probably helped stuff that was hurting before, because I feel a little better. And Aldo's been sick. How are you doing?
Man, Merry Christmas, everyone, man. Hey, the year's almost about to end, baby. I hope everyone did all the shit that they said last year they were gonna do. I know I gave it my best, man. And yeah, the sickness is going around, but in these times, bro, I appreciate all the shit that I do the most, because I know because of the shit I do, it doesn't hit me as hard, man. Because I think of this when, I feel like these times of sickness, man, I'm like, man, I know if I didn't keep my stamina up, my cardio up, I'll probably be fucking worse. So shout outs to health and fitness, man. Get fit and talk shit, baby.
You just gave me an idea. I don't believe in resolutions,
Yeah.
right? Because it's such nonsense. Resolution. I need this certain day in order to make this certain plan so I can be the certain person that I decided not to be my whole life up until this point, right? That's what a resolution is. But in the spirit of games, how about we make some resolutions or revolutions? And how about we make some goals, right? A resolution of reps and make a goal of something that we do this year in regard to a certain rep. What do you think?
That sounds like a good one.
Yeah.
That sounds like a real good one. That's something to shoot for.
Right.
Yeah, we'll make some revolutions. If you watch this, hit your comment. Tell us what your revolution is, and I'm gonna write it down, and I'm gonna check in to see if you get it done throughout the year. And I will remember.
Good
That's
idea.
scary right there.
Yeah, well,
Compromises.
You got to do it.
I already know what two are on the table for me, and I know one that's on the table for you. Oh, I don't know about you two guys. You guys pretty much accomplished everything already.
What is it?
Oh,
What is
no.
it? Share with us. Can you share with
Nah,
us?
nah, it's too soon. It's too soon. You know what it is. Oh, what's yours? Oh,
I'm gonna say it aloud. I'm gonna get it done this year. the shot caller routine.
On what? With what?
Shot callers, Navy SEALs, 500.
With Navy SEALs. Okay.
Oh, okay.
500 Navy SEAls. Ripper, count 'em.
Ready. Down. 1, 2, 3. 1. Down. 1, 2, 3.
It's been
That's
on
that's also one of mine.
it's been on my to-do list for years now, but it just horrifies me. It horrifies me. And
Well, I've tried and failed several times. I tried the other day, actually, behind all you guys' back, and I failed also.
well, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I've realized about me. I mean, I know I can do it. That's the problem. And I know it's going to suck. And it's going to get to the point where I don't want to do it anymore. But it won't matter because I'm going to just keep doing it, regardless of time or how sucky it gets. Like,
Right.
But it
That's to you for that.
that's why I haven't started eating the pie yet, because I'm going to eat the whole thing.
yeah, I have to get over myself because half of the reason why I fail is because it takes me so long. It gets me discouraged.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man. Who cares? You did 500 Navy SEAls in 2 days.
Well, I
care.
That's why. That's why
You
it's
know?
important, bro.
right.
I
Because you
care.
care.
So I don't care how long it takes me. It's not going to be pretty, but I'm going to get it done. I'm going to do it.
Yep. It was good.
You know?
It was good for me to do that Mega Maxim match because I haven't been doing any super long grinders, and so that was a nice reminder that you just get into a space. I mean, you talk about all the time, Gusto, where like it doesn't even matter. Like you call it numbness, but you know, I was still feeling every rep, and every rep was screaming at me, but it didn't matter. You just, all right, so what's next? All right, burpees again? Okay, I'll do those now. What's next? Okay, we're still doing bench press. How many can I do? Okay, that's what I did. They all hurt. What's next? Robot mode, like you say.
Yeah.
You did very good on your burpees, let me tell you.
Yeah, I can relate to that robot mode, you know, and I think I've said this before, and it's one of those things where you can't really explain it to people, you know, it really just comes down to you just have to do it, just start doing it, you know what I mean, and it is uncomfortable. Those first few, like even now, our 25 push-up buy-in. You know, that one really cuts. The first few reps. But I don't know where that came from.
Perfect.
But yeah, you're right. Oh, it's not a numbness. It's not a numbness.
Not for
but
me.
It's like you just, and you don't forget the pain. You don't forget that you're uncomfortable. But you just keep moving through it. There's something, it's like your mind takes over. It's where your mind sort of like just takes over your body because your body wants to quit because your body's feeling this and your body's feeling that and you're breathing heavy and your chest is burning and your arms are heavy, but your mind, and you just keep, that's where it really becomes mind over matter.
Yeah.
When you reach that point in, you know, in those things. And I'm sure Gus could agree too with the 400 muscle ups, and even Aldo when he did the 500 Navy SEALs, right? You just reach a point. It's not that you don't feel it. It's not that you're completely numb. It's just that your mind just keeps telling you, I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going.
I think when you have
the problem is that, you know, once most people get that taste of being uncomfortable and and I'm breathing heavy and this hurts and that, and they're like, fuck it, I'm going to quit. But if you just, it's like that roller coaster, like click, 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 like coming up to the top. And most people will just quit before they get to that top. But then if you get to the top, and then it's all momentum, then the fucking thing just keeps going. You know what I mean?
Then you get it. Then you get into the ride of
Right, exactly, because through that whole workout, through that whole 500, all those 500 reps, you're like, oh, I gotta quit. Oh no, I gotta, like, even Aldo, right? Aldo, you were saying with the 1,000 pull-ups,
Yeah.
you started hurting. Like, I think I'm gonna quit. And Gus, when he was doing the muscle ups, all right, I'm gonna quit at 200. All right, 250. That's it, I'm out. All right, 300. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go to 300, but then I'm done. I still got time. Maybe I could get to 350.
I was just
I said that for a couple hundred reps.
Yeah. That's another crazy piece. Like, as exhausted as I was then, you start having the more insane thought of, well, I guess I could just keep going.
Yeah, right.
Like, it's almost as if stopping hurts more than continuing.
Yeah.
It's like, my mind is like, all right,
not bad, but your body's like, you haven't failed yet.
Right.
That was
hey.
that was the one thing I was doing with the max and max. That was a lesson learned when we did it, was keep that rep in the tank, even if it means less numbers. Keep a rep or two in the tank, because when I hit that failure, that just was catastrophic. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I kept going, but that made it worse.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Hey, man. Well, first, man, I do have a couple of resolutions, man. First, I'm gonna get that boy Dave, man, with that 200 fucking muscle ups.
Nice.
We're gonna hit him up real quick. Yeah, Dave, shout outs to you, my bro, man, fucking doing the thing. But I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get you, bro. And second, I'm trying to get the 1,160, man, but we're gonna top it up at 1,200, bro. And more, who knows? But that's a goal I have for me for this year.
For pulls?
And yeah.
I mean, I had to ask, because with this crew, what do you mean? You gonna do push-ups also? You gonna do both? You gonna do all three, squats, pull-ups, and push-ups, 1,000 each?
That'd be a good one. That'd be a good one.
That'd be a monster.
Uh-huh.
Those are good ones, man.
What's 1,200 on a clicker? If you turn it upside down, what would that look like? 511?
You couldn't, because see, that was my problem. If it was a 2, I could have told that it was a 2 upside down, so it wouldn't have a number, I guess.
All right, there you
It was
go.
a perfect storm.
Man.
Yeah.
But oh well, man. What's the dealio? What about you, old dog? I know you're not too much into that, but you have goals.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, it's nowhere near as lofty, I think, as you guys, but I still want to get those 10 muscle ups in a row.
Yeah.
That 1,000 pull up is kind of like enticing me a little bit.
Little tickle.
Yeah, I kind of got that one on my radar for sure. And the
That would
Navy
be
SEALs
nice.
too. I mean, really, all of them have me thinking, like, why not? What's the worst that could happen? So yeah. I would like to get that 10 clip of muscle ups in, and then maybe.
What are you on now?
What's that?
What are you on now?
I still haven't gotten over 6. I still haven't gotten over 6.
Have you been practicing the technique I've been telling you?
What do you mean, like just doing a couple here and there, like after workouts and stuff?
No, after your 6, try to get a pull up.
Oh, right. No, I actually forgot about that. No, I will though. Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot about that. Yeah.
I'll share the tip for everyone then. So let's say you're trying to increase your muscle rep rate, right? Let's say whatever it is, it's on 5, and you want to get to 6, but you keep failing on 6. After you get 5, instead of going for another muscle up, max out on pull-ups, and keep doing that. Over time, when you get to 5, your body is expecting to do pull-ups anyway, so you're gonna get up there for 6. You're gonna get up there for 7. And once you
Right.
fail at 7, finish off with pull-ups. And your body knows when it reaches its max on muscle ups, it still has to be ready for pulls. And you'll get pull-ups. And your pull-ups will get stronger because you're training your pull-ups fatigued after muscle ups, but your muscle ups it's gonna boost. It's a game changer.
That makes a lot of
Listen
sense.
to the man. He's
Yeah.
right. He told me that one, and that shit works. Listen
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
All right, I'm on it. I'm on it. Okay. All right, we'll give it a shot. Hopefully, we'll see. So yeah, that's it. And then maybe I'll look at some of those Navy SEALs or the pull-ups. But definitely,
1,000 pull-ups will be epic. I think it's something that's pretty awesome to say because
yeah,
it's something no one ever believes. What did you
no,
do yesterday? I did 1,000 pull-ups. You're a liar.
yeah.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Right.
No one does 1,000 pull-ups. Yes, yes, I
What do you
did.
think? Should we buy in?
Get to pushing.
Are we doing
Yeah.
buy-in?
All right.
Absolutely,
Do we got to?
we got to.
Get this light on, man. I have to get the light on. Let me see. 25. Here we go.
I don't think you'd see me, can you?
Can you see me? Yep. There you go. Oh,
That wasn't
man.
the easiest 25 of all time.
Huh?
That wasn't the easiest 25 of all time.
No.
Man, it hurts. I haven't
Spicy?
worked out for a few days, too.
Feels different. This is a good opportunity. So anybody, right? And this is what happens. People work out, especially people that are just like not really full blown workout enthusiasts, right? They just work out for this goal, some aesthetic goal or whatever they convince themselves to work out for, right? Other than the personal, just for themselves. They want to look a certain way for other people to see them, or whatever. Dietary, their doctor tells them to go work out, whatever. You get the idea.
Yeah.
Those people, when they get sick, they lose their rhythm or their routine. They miss a few days. Then you come back and it feels so difficult like day one and they stop. You can't. You got to realize it's a process again. But the process is quicker. But you got to still go through the process. So, like, I got to pump off them 25 push ups,
Yeah.
And I definitely, like, I feel it. It's going to be a rough day, but you know what? I'm going to just go through it and take what it gives me. I'm going to lower my expectations and get back into that rhythm, back into that routine and that rhythm. That's it.
Yeah. I think it's a good reminder. Like when you get, for me, I try and approach every day as the history doesn't matter. Like, how do you feel today? What can you do today? Don't expect what you did yesterday to be the same today. You slept different yesterday. You ate different yesterday. You had different stresses. Obviously, you're going to be somewhere in your range, but wherever your range is, it might be a tough day for you to do 25. It might be an easy day, but don't have those expectations. Feel it out every day.
That's an excellent point. And I think that's what hinders a lot of people is that you think that, and again, that goes to the procrastination. Like, well, I got this going on. I feel this today, so I'm going to start next Monday. Fucking start today, right here. Just fucking do something today, right? Because it's never going to be linear. Like Gus said earlier, it's up and down, and that's fucking everything in life. Everything in life, no matter what, the way you feel, your relationships, your health and fit, everything's going to go up and down. And just like Gus said, right? Those 25, I got to pump from fucking 25. Now here's a guy that does hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reps. And today, so what's he going to do today? Go, oh, fuck, that 25 really took it out of me. You know what? I'm going to take today off because
Too hard.
no, he's going to get back into the rhythm and he'll be right back where he is. But most people, I don't feel it today, so I'm not going to do it. I'll take off today. But a day turns into a fucking week. A week turns into a month, and a month turns into a year. And that's it. That's all she wrote. And you never start. You just keep putting it off and putting it off. So you got it, like we say, you do the best you can with what you have, how you feel, where you're at. Just fucking do something.
Yep.
You know, that makes me think of a good friend of mine. He was extremely overweight. He started training with me. He lost about 80 pounds. Working out, getting really busy. Then something happened. He went through some emotional roller coaster and he stopped working out. He gained back those 80 pounds, and with that, he developed lifelong sicknesses now.
Yeah.
Now he has gout. He has to take medication. He has more illness gaining the weight back than having had lost it. Like, he would have been better off never had even started,
Right.
And it's a shame. So if you do start and you do have a goal, don't quit, man. Don't quit. It's almost like it's worse it's worse to quit than to not start. For some reason or another, I guess your body gets a taste of what it's supposed to feel like.
Right.
Rather than just being accustomed to what you give it. You give it a taste of what it's supposed to feel like, and then you take it away, and it's like, I don't know how to handle all of this stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something really big thing that's to examine right here, bro. Now that we're talking about this, I think an approach to fitness should change in the manner of approaching fitness as an identity, because that's what I think. That's what for us. That's the way our brain became. After doing it so long, it became an identity, bro. Like, I could not do. If I don't do this, that's not Aldo. That's not Aldo de la Cruz, bro. You feel me? That's not Cruzades of Motivations, bro. If I don't do fitness, but I think that should be shared more to approach fitness as an identity. Like, I'm not gonna transform into this me, but with fitness in my life.
Right.
I think that's when people fall when they take fitness because I want to lose this weight. But then once something like this happens, when you get sick or your girlfriend breaks up with you, and you're like, "Fuck it, man, I ain't doing those push-ups."
Yeah.
When it's your identity, that's you. You're gonna do it regardless.
Yeah.
Regardless of what happens, you're gonna you do it. It's you.
You see, but one of the biggest things is, and people don't go into this as, I want to start this and I want to make it my identity and I want to be Cruzades of Motivation. Like this is what I do. Like, people that know me, they know that this is what I do, and they know that I have no intention of fucking changing, and I make no apologies about it. But most people go into it as, and I've had so many people say this to me. No, I'm good. I just want to lose like 20 pounds and I'll be good. That's not the way it fucking works. That's not the way. You don't just lose 20 pounds and your life is going to be good. What caused you to gain those 20 pounds? Because you lose those 20 pounds, you're going to gain back 30, maybe 40. Because, and I've told this story a couple of times, in my videos, like this one friend of mine that I've known since high school, when we were all shut down with COVID, and he was always like an overweight kid, even from high school. But anyway, during COVID, I want to start, I got to lose some weight, Vin, and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, during the course of over like 3 months when we were locked down, I was with him, I was talking to him, and he did some fasting, and he changed the way he was eating, blah, blah, blah. He lost 40 pounds. He was on Facebook. Look at me. I lost 40 pounds. He's calling me up, Vin. I can't thank you. I feel better than I felt in fucking 25 years, and da-da-da. And all the changes he made, he was raving about it, and he went right back to what he was doing. He gained back to 40, and maybe he gained back like 50, I think, at this point. And he's back to what he was, right? Because in his mind, and he said this to me many times, like over the course of the 3 months, like, I like doing this and all, but I can't wait till I can go back to eating normal. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? If you've been overweight your whole life, it's whatever you're doing isn't normal. That's because that's not the way you should be. And now you just did in 3 months. His blood work came back much better. He told me I never felt so good in my life. I never looked so good in my life. The whole thing. And then in his mind, like, I still want to go back to eating fucking buttered rolls and whatever the fuck else he was eating. And he
Shout
did.
out to butter rolls.
There you go. But again,
I haven't had one for so long.
so he wasn't looking to make a life change and make that become a part of his life. He was just looking to lose some weight. I just want to lose some weight, and then everything will be good, and then I could go back to doing what I'm doing. It's not the way it works.
Right. I think
It's
huge, man.
It's got to be. It's got to be lifestyle. It's got to be. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
He wanted a hot girl summer. That's what he got.
Yeah.
Got a hot girl summer.
That's a great point, Ben. I think you've said this before, but like it just really resonated this time in my head. Like when you're telling the story, the story sounded different. It sounded like I just want to succeed for a little while and then I'll go back to failing.
Exactly. That's the mentality. That's the mentality.
Yeah.
And
like you said, like most of the time it's worse. You lose 20 pounds, put 30 back on because you go back into your previous way and your body is like, yeah.
So many times I've seen that. That people, they lose the weight and it just comes back worse than it was.
Right.
Worse than it was before. So, but
And
again,
on the flip side, people work out. Like, for example, this last week, it had to do something to me, right? So the reverse happened. But I feel like when I come back, I'm going to be better than I was before.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just the flip side of the coin.
Yep.
Yeah. But like Gus, so this week when you were sick, like, like in your mind, you were thinking of working out. Oh, like this is fucking me up because I can't work out. You know what I mean? Because that's a part of you. That's what you do.
Oddly enough, I settled into the acceptance really quick because in my brain, I'm like, for starters, firstly, I tried to work out first.
Right.
And I said, this is just bad, like I feel so weak that I'm just wasting my time right here and I should just rest because I can work out bad, like that serves me no purpose and lose precious time of recovery, or I could just hone in on this recovery and get back to it in better shape. And so I really respected the recovery. And I said, I'm just going to commit to sleeping, which is what I did. And shout out to me because people can't sleep like I can sleep. I go hard. I was sleeping the moment I came home from work, so I had to wake up to go back to work.
But that helped your body heal. And that was a smart move because that's, like I said earlier, that's when your body's healing. And your body's fighting that infection, so you are run down, right? And you trying to work out, that's just putting added stress onto your body. So that's gonna be a detriment to you trying to heal. So, you did the smart thing, I think.
I
by
agree.
Just resting your body.
Same. I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I took my L.
The sleeping is the best, man.
Yep.
That's the same. That's
And I did not eat. Were you eating?
I was eating chicken soup like we talk about, and that's something that Beanie was telling us here about. It's better to not eat. But I was telling that for me, I crave that. I crave that soup. Something about when I'm sick, I crave that, like I almost like feel like I need it, like it soothes me, that it makes me sleep right away, right? Like it makes me the whole process of the healing for me.
Right. But again, like I mentioned earlier, that could be part of it is that your body is craving that salt, and sipping on that soup isn't going to hurt you. But my point earlier was that, oh, you're sick, and it's almost like people are force feeding you, thinking that if I fill your stomach full of food, it's going to help. It's going to give you like magic powers to heal your body, and the total opposite is true. The human body heals when it's in a fasted state, right? So this whole notion that somehow filling yourself full of cereal and sandwiches and this, that, and the other thing, and that's going to give you energy, and then your body's going to heal itself. It's the total opposite. It's so detrimental to the healing process, right? Because the human body is going to heal when it's in a fasted state. Now, Aldo, like to your point with the soup, if you're sipping on something, again, we do, if you're vomiting, if you have diarrhea, and if you're not eating because you're healing your body, you are going to be maybe low in electrolytes. So then, of course, if you lose the salt, then your body is going to crave that salt. And that soup that you're eating, like you mentioned, it was a bouillon cube. And that's a salt cube, right? And that's why because it has that salty flavor and your body's craving the salt. So I don't think that's detrimental. I'm talking about just constantly, oh, you don't feel good? Come on, you have to eat. And you're laying in bed curled up in a ball because you feel like shit, and people are saying, no, come on, if you don't eat, you're not going to have it, you're not going to, no, that's not what it is. Stay curled up in a ball, like, Gus, get home from work, get under those covers and just rest and let your body heal, right?
Completely
Don't get off work and stop for 2 Big Macs and a fucking milkshake because you need energy to heal your body. Right?
Don't get me started. On my way home, I had to pick up McDonald's to the house, and all I could do is smell of that deliciousness in the car. And I'm like, damn, how can something so evil smell so good, man?
Hey,
Weird, man.
Did they give you the fingerprint test?
For what?
We had this guy. Sometimes when I was in police headquarters in the radio room, they would order our food, and they would order. Of course, it was always like fast food. So we had this one guy, and he was a big, heavy guy. So they would order, like whatever, McDonald's or Burger King, burgers and fries, and then he would bring it up into the radio room. And I remember this guy one time. He goes, "Come here, give me your hand." And he took a plain piece of paper, and he took his hand and he pressed it down on the paper, right? And he goes, okay. He was looking for the oil from the fry. He wanted to see if he ate any of the French fries on the way into headquarters.
Oh man,
I resist it. I have no interest at all. The temptation is comical for me because I don't want it. I don't care. I'm not interested at all. It's garbage.
Yeah.
I've been trying to figure out, because it's come up a few times, trying to remember the last time I had a fast food item. I couldn't tell you. It's been,
yeah.
I mean, wait. The last time would have been, I think we stopped and got an English muffin when we were traveling, like maybe 6 or 7 years ago.
Wow.
You remember stopping for an English muffin 7 years ago?
I don't remember about that.
What an English muffin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must have been a delicious fucking muffin, man.
No, it was fucking terrible. I hate that shit.
They smell so good, man, and
They do,
because they engineer that shit.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's man-made, man. People
they got teams of scientists working on that.
Yeah, whole labs. Ain't that crazy? Whole labs to add to the flavors too.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yep.
They know what they're doing.
Definitely.
They do. And hey, and it's just like years ago with the tobacco companies. They said, no, we're not putting anything in the tobacco to make it more addicting. No. And then all those lawsuits came out. And then in the end, they said, All right, we did. We put shit in there to make it more addictive, right?
Our bad.
And who owns the fucking food companies? The guys that own the tobacco companies. And it's
Is that so?
fact. It's a fact, and I've mentioned this before too, and you can look it up. It's called the bliss point.
No
The
shit.
bliss point. And what they do is they like you said, they do all the billions with a fucking B. They spend billions of dollars of research on how to make these foods, the consistency, the taste, how much sugar, how much salt, how much flavoring to put into it. It's a huge fucking business. And I saw a documentary, and they actually interviewed the guy that came up with that. And he said, he flat out, he goes, yeah, it's a real thing. We do it. It's a fact. And this was the guy that pretty much came up with the whole concept. Yeah. And he said, we researched this and we test everything. And so it's real. It's real. And that's why I say when I talk about these, these ultra processed foods and why they're so hyper palatable, because that's what they fucking make them. They make them that way.
That's the bliss.
Are they in any way business partners with hospitals and pharmacies?
I'm sure they are. It's a real tangled web.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're like, all right, this much sugar, this much cancer.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I wouldn't doubt it, man. Like I was when we were talking earlier on the chat, and I was saying that fucking I was sick. I'm like, man, they making this virus is too strong as fuck.
Yeah.
Because
right on too.
Because, bro, I never had a fucking cold like this. It's like a new fucking kind, right? Like, I'm like, man, they got some fucking, they add on a little bit of the other shit. They're like fixing it so good that it's hitting so hard.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, but I feel bad for unhealthy people that get hit with this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know I'm a bounce back. It's gonna take a little more than a flu or COVID or whatever. But somebody who already has, I don't know, high blood sugar or diabetes or some other lifelong ailment, and then they get sick. How do they recover from that?
Right, and that's what if you look at the statistics, and you go back with all the people that had either the worst illness or ultimately died from that, right? What did they say? The average person that died from that had at least 2 comorbidities. And when they talk about comorbidities, they're talking about obesity, type 2 diabetes, some type of heart disease,
right.
Kidney disease, right? It was all that. Healthy, quote unquote healthy, young people and even older people. My grandmother's what is she, 96 now? She had it twice in a nursing home and didn't have a sniffle. Look at that. Celebrate.
Shout out to grandma.
Shout out to grandma.
Shout out to grandma. Man. Shout out to grandma.
But and the thing was, this woman was never sick in her life. She never had any of that shit her whole life. You know what I mean? Awesome. And then she gets this COVID, and then everybody's gonna die from COVID. And at the time, what was she, 93 or whatever, 92, 93, and she had it twice. And never.
Think about her diet growing up. She was probably having milk delivered to her house.
She was. Her brother was a milkman. Literally first. A milkman. He drove a milk truck.
Yeah, first did. And it was called milk was milk. It wasn't this percentage low fat. Milk was milk. Yeah. Even though I'm not a big fan of drinking milk from another animal.
Yeah. Well, I've never had it, but they say that raw milk is nutritious enough. Like the stuff that you get in the store in a plastic jug, right? That's just total shit. It's pasteurized and everything, and anything that might be good in it is cooked right out of it.
What does it mean to be pasteurized?
It's heated. They heat it.
Yeah, they kill the bacteria.
Yeah. That's the pasture, and that's why, you know, it's such a joke that, like, here in New Jersey, it's illegal to sell raw milk, and in a lot of states,
Yeah, I think that's pretty common.
it might be legal in some states, but you can't ship. It's crazy, but basically the government regulates like raw milk. But if you look at the side effects of all these drugs that they put people on for life, like, you know, if you stop taking immediately, if you feel fucking suicidal, or if you have diarrhea, or if you know have blurry vision, and if you feel dizzy, and they'll give that to people, and you'll take, right, the average 50-year-old guy is taking 5 prescriptions a day. But then they'll tell you, if you sell raw milk, we're gonna put you in fucking jail. It's absurd.
Crazy.
It's a little confusing. It's kind of confusing.
But farmers drink raw milk.
They do.
What are farmers like? Average farmer life expectancy? I would like to know that. What's the median farmer life expectancy? Because they're eating chickens right out, you know, farm to table, and milk udder to mouth.
Yeah. Yep.
What's their life expectancy? They're strong. They don't get sick.
I mean, right? Everybody, you know, you hear people, you know, my friend died of a heart attack, and this one had type 2 diabetes, and this one had heart disease, and this one had kidney failure, and this one had this. When's the last time you heard somebody, oh, did you hear Joe died? No, what happened? Drank some fucking raw milk. Right? Like,
Never heard that.
it's fucking crazy.
I have raw milk like that.
Have you?
In fact, there's a little place here where they actually sell it, but they make drinks, but they make alcoholic drinks, right? Where they put they do like a Everclear. You know, you guys know what Everclear is, like a hard alcohol, right? Yeah. And they do that. They do sugar. They do coffee. It's a traditional Mexican drink. And they go on the cow, right? The cow is right there, and there's a guy there by it, and he, you know, squeezes the titty and pours out the milk on the cup, so it's like foamy and warm. You know, it's like a Sunday breakfast type drink.
Wow.
It's a traditional drink from this town in Mexico, right? They call pajaretes. That's what they call it. Yeah. So you go on this little farm, and it's growing now as it is. So you go on this little farm, and you know, they go in there, you have a drink, and then they also sell the milk like that by the liter.
So you can buy the raw milk?
You can buy the raw milk. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's delicious.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
And I think where the problem comes from with the milk is because since the titties are around here, you know, around the shed and you know, they lay on the ground. So that's where the bacteria comes from. But I don't think just same with the eggs. Like the bacteria doesn't come from the inside of the egg. It comes from the outside of the egg because they shed the egg out, you know. So that's what the disease comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us don't really know that, you know. We think it's the egg. Bless you.
Thank you.
But that's what the disease comes from.
Yeah.
But raw milk is delicious. I should have it more often.
I used to eat raw eggs all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I think I did get salmonella from it. That was the end of that. That put me down for a couple of weeks.
Did it?
I was big on, back when I was like trying to get big, I think we had that conversation. I used to eat raw eggs all the time.
Yeah.
Eggs, anything. That can't be healthy.
Raw eggs?
Well,
I don't know.
In excess, though. In excess. I was like on a raw egg diet.
Well, no, you're not gonna. You're probably not gonna get sick from a healthy egg, but sometimes you do catch a bad egg. Like I had some eggs, as a matter of fact, last week, and they had passed the expiration date, and I'm like, they're probably still good. But what you want to do is, if you put the egg in a bowl of water,
Yep.
and if it goes to the bottom, it's fine.
Oh, really? I didn't know that one.
Yeah, like if you take a bowl of water, and then if you just let the egg let the egg into the water, and if it goes right to the bottom, then the egg is fine. But if you see it float, if it comes up, because I did that. I had like 1.5 dozen of eggs, and I just dropped them in the water. And I found one. It actually floated up to the top. I'm like, I'm going to toss that bad boy. You know, just I don't want to take a chance with that. But if it floats, it's good. The egg is good.
The other thing is if it
goes to the bottom. If it goes to the bottom, it's good.
Yeah, if it starts doing a little turn,
yeah,
you're at the point where you want to hard boil it.
Exactly.
They'll still be okay.
Exactly.
Huh.
Look at
I
that.
never knew that.
My wife.
Actually, I don't even think I eat eggs anymore.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't really eat breakfast anymore. I do because it's in my French toast. So if I have an egg, it's because I'm eating French toast. Aside from that, I don't eat eggs.
Why don't you eat breakfast for dinner?
I eat eggs anytime,
Same.
all day, every day.
Yeah, it's basically my schedule. Being that I wake up so early in the morning, I basically fast the first 8 hours of my day. And by then, I'm eating a dinner for lunch, which is someone else's breakfast. And then I don't eat again until dinner, which will be my breakfast the next day, which is actually my lunch, but is actually a dinner.
Hey,
I'm confused.
I was gonna say,
Wind it back.
he talks about his meals. He talks about his meals the way he fucking counts his reps.
I think Osiris picked up what I was putting down. That's on the weekdays. On the weekends, I eat once, and that'll be a dinner. So I don't really have a chance to eat eggs, right? So basically, I eat twice a day on a weekday, right? But I wake up at 2:30 in the morning. I'm not going to eat at that time. I'm going to eat at like 10 o'clock in the morning. So that's breakfast for somebody. But for me, that's my lunch break. Right. But I'm eating my dinner from the night before.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yes.
Makes
Leftovers.
And then I don't eat again until dinner. But if I don't pack a lunch, then I'll have like a French toast or something.
Nice.
Where do you get that? What do you do? Go to a diner or something?
Yeah, I'll order it. Yeah. I got a couple places all across New York City.
Yeah.
There's a couple places there.
I could get satiating French toast. Even though I'm about to start leaning towards pancakes, because when I was starting to get sick, I would have pancakes because it put me to sleep faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was even designing my meals so I can sleep.
Yeah, you were putting yourself in a carb coma. That's what you were doing.
Is that what that is? Yeah, well, it worked.
You were putting yourself in a carb coma.
But I don't like to eat those things because I have to add syrup. So now I'm adding sugars and stuff.
Just put some fruit on there, man. Still sugar, but it's better. And it's got good stuff, like antioxidants and stuff.
In lieu of syrup?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
You see?
Cut up the fruit, put it on the pancakes, and eat it.
Hey, guys, do what he said. Do what he said, and then put the syrup on.
Yeah, that's more likely.
Man.
But I don't know, I think, old dog, everything that you say about, when you kind of roast me about the things that I eat, it kind of helps because I kind of think about it. I'd be like, yeah, man, this is a lot of bread. Like, I eat a lot of bread. So I don't even eat bread like that anymore, except when I have my French toast.
Same, man. I always think about Old Dog when I'm smashing on big bread. Same. I see Old Dog's face right there. Fucking eating bread.
Yeah.
So thank you, Old Dog. No, seriously, that's how big of an influence you are. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. When I have that Haagen-Dazs in my hands, I see the Old Dog freaking icon on the canister. I'm like, oh man, I put it down.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. It's working. It's working. It's fucking working.
Fuck yeah, it is working. I even tell my people, like, shit, that's a little bread. I ain't even eating that.
But see, Gus, what I tell you what though, I will give you kudos for, is the fact that you only do like 1 or 2 meals a day, because that's a very healthy way to live. Because even though now I'm not saying go get some more fucking bread, but allegedly it's when you do that fasting time, that's very forgiving, like for the shit that you eat, because you're not, see, because most people eat, they'll eat the bread and the French toast and the pancakes and stuff, but they'll keep eating throughout the day. Whereas if you do it and then you give your body whatever 8, 10, 12, 16 hours before you have something else, you're not constantly overloading your body, and your digestive system is having that chance to cool down and rest. So that's very healthy to do that. So it is, it does give you a little bit of leeway where maybe your macros don't have to be perfectly on point unless you have a specific goal again. Like if you're looking to bulk, if you are looking to lose weight, that whole thing. And from a health standpoint, because your body needs the protein and your body needs certain fats. So you don't want to keep overloading it with the carbs. But the bottom line is, the point I'm trying to make is the fact that even though your macros and some of the stuff you eat may not be perfectly on point, the fact that you're only eating once or twice a day, that's very beneficial for your body. So you kind of get a little dispensation for exactly what you're eating, because you're putting that time in between it.
I do eat a lot of rice, though. There's nothing I can do about that, old dog.
Well, but that's fine.
There's no solution for my rice intake.
Okay, but as long as you're pairing it with some chicken or meat or fish,
Absolutely.
like you got, yeah, then that's fine.
And
that's
salad.
Fine. Yeah.
And that's the extent of that. That's basically my diet. And my diet is not driven towards any other goal other than sustainability. It's easy to sustain. So whatever comes from a fairly decent eating with fairly decent training, is going to be how I want to look and feel.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's well said, man. I agree.
Are we going to work out today?
I don't know. It doesn't seem that way.
It's a talk shit episode.
Yeah.
Talk shit episode. We might as well do 75 push-ups.
Make it 100?
Make it 100.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
75 just
in 8 minutes? 7 minutes.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Plenty.
All right. 75.
All right. 75. How it goes? Oh man, I'm nervous. Shit. Let's go. Y'all ready?
Ready.
I'm going. Okay, cool. Oh, hold on. I gotta put this down. Oh, I gotta leave.
I broke on 30.
That's 75,
62. 62.
I lost 53.
$70.
66.
75. No. Shit. Oh. Oh.
Nice.
Oh man. Shit. Mm. Oh man. Whew.
75.
Super pumped up.
I started from ground zero.
Oh man.
Great spot to start from.
Oh.
Yeah, what do you think the benefits are from starting at ground zero again?
Well, you have the advantage of all your knowledge,
Boom.
how to approach it. With that knowledge, I think you can set better milestones. You can come up with better programming or just approaches. It's kind of enjoyable to be a beginner
It is.
if you give yourself that kind of space, like not expecting to be.
No, I am.
Yeah.
Embrace the suck, right?
Yep.
That's what they say.
Yep.
Aldo, good opportunity for you as well.
Well, it's only those first couple of days, Gus, and then as soon as you feel better,
Oh yeah.
1,000 muscle.
it's gonna be like you're gonna jump right back into it like you never even left. So
Yeah.
you just got to be like a little tentative the first couple of days, But you'll hit your stride after like a couple of days, and you'll be right back to normal, like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
Which is good. Because
Man.
that whole and you know what? And you know what? You are gonna, like you said earlier, you're gonna come back stronger because believe it or not, and we're all guilty of it. Like we probably do more than we should, and probably don't rest as much as we should for the stuff that we do. So I think that this rest, when this happens once in a while, when you're forced to actually take a rest, it's probably good.
Yep.
In the grand scheme, it's probably a good thing.
That's the best time to take rest days is when you have to. Life gives you rest days.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
You guys, like I say, it's not normal. Like the volume that you guys do, the thousands of this and the 500 of that, like people aren't fucking doing that, and that's a stress on your body. Is as well conditioned as you are. At some point, you do have to rest. And I'm guilty of it too. I talk a good game, and then like, I don't want to take today off. I want to do something today. But when something, and unfortunately, that's what we wait until something goes wrong or you get sick, and you are forced to take that rest. But I think it's beneficial in the long run. So
yeah, that's perfect. Then I agree completely. I since you guys have been mentioning the sickness, I have been thinking in my head like, it would probably be wise to just take a day to pretend you were sick and get that kind of rest. Like I'm going to be sick today. I'm not sick, but I'm going to sleep all day. I'm going to sleep as much as I can. Don't eat anything and just pretend to be sick for a day so that I can actually rest like I should.
Recover like you're sick.
Yeah. And especially you, right? Because you're like 51 now. You're an old guy, Derek. So you got to start thinking a little different now.
I got to slow down, man. I got to slow down.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you, brother.
Happy belated birthday, man. That's real though. That's Very good point there. Oh, seriously.
I
Just
think
sleeping like that. Imagine how much healing you do on a day like that.
I have a hard time doing that though. I think that would be the
Mhm.
only way I could take.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to lie to the wife. I'd have to lie to myself and just be like, I'm sick today.
Yeah.
Really, like, wholeheartedly pretend.
Yeah,
Be
because
compulsive.
I think I don't know if it's the same with you guys, but in my mind, sometimes, you know, if I say to myself like that, if I try to do that, take that day off, it's almost like well, I'm not doing anything today, so I'm going to regress.
Right.
But it's the total opposite, where if you
Yeah.
rest your body, it's going to help you, you know, get stronger.
Exactly.
So it's a mental. Again, it goes back to the mental part of the game. You have to convince yourself that no, this is a good thing. You should do it because it's going to help.
Exactly.
Well, that's our hour, folks.
Right on.
That's it. That's all,
Again,
man.
thank you guys for a great conversation. Merry Christmas. Happy
Merry
holidays.
Christmas, brothers.
Happy holidays. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy whatever you celebrate.
Happy
Everybody
every day.
heal up. Heal up. Don't forget to take your rest days. And we'll catch you on the next one, guys. Appreciate everybody being here.
Games.
Thank you.